Welcome back to a Clan a Day podcast brought to you by bagtownclans.com. I'm your host, Colin MacDonald, and today we're delving into the rich and complex history of Clan Fleming, a Lowland Scottish clan with roots in Flanders. Though currently without a recognised chief and considered an armigerous clan, the Flemings' story is one of resilience, loyalty, and enduring influence. From their Flemish origins to their critical role in Scotland's medieval and modern history, this is a clan whose deeds truly speak for themselves. The name Fleming originates from the French term Le Fleming, a reference to their origin in Flanders, the medieval region now divided among Belgium, the Netherlands, and France. Enterprising merchants and craftsmen from Flanders were welcomed across Britain in the 12th century, and one such leader, Baldwin, settled in Biggar, Lanarkshire under the patronage of King David I of Scotland. Baldwin became Sheriff of Lanark, a title that stayed within the family for several generations, marking the beginning of the Flemings' rise as an influential noble house. By the 13th century, the Flemings had firmly established themselves in Scotland. Sir Malcolm Fleming, Sheriff of Dumbarton, was an early figure of note, and the clan's fortunes grew with their staunch loyalty to the crown. During the Wars of Scottish Independence, Sir Robert Fleming was one of the first nobles to support Robert the Bruce, following the dramatic murder of John Comyn in 1306. This alliance proved pivotal for the Flemings, as Bruce rewarded their loyalty with significant lands, including the barony of Cumbernauld, which would become a key stronghold for the family. The Flemings' steadfast commitment to Scotland's monarchy often came at a price. Sir Malcolm Fleming of Cumbernauld was elevated to the title of Earl of Wigtown in 1342 by King David II in recognition of his service during a tumultuous period of conflict with England. However, the Flemings' new prominence brought them into direct rivalry with the powerful Douglas family. Malcolm's grandson was forced to sell the earldom to the Douglases, a transaction that was later confirmed by Robert II, Scotland's first Stuart king. Despite this setback, the Flemings' fortunes continued to rise, with members of the family holding key political and military positions. Sir Malcolm Fleming of Biggar and Cumbernauld, knighted by Robert III, became a trusted advisor and ally of William Douglas, 6th Earl of Douglas. However, this loyalty led to his tragic end in 1440 when both Malcolm and Douglas were betrayed at Edinburgh Castle. They were lured to a feast, arrested and executed without trial in one of Scotland's most infamous acts of political treachery. The Flemings, however, proved resilient. Malcolm's son, Sir Robert Fleming, rebuilt the family's standing and was later created a Lord of Parliament before 1460. In the 16th century brought both triumph and tragedy for Clan Fleming. John Fleming, 2nd Lord Fleming, served as guardian to the young James V and became Chancellor of Scotland in 1517. His promising career was cut short in 1524 when he was assassinated by members of Clan Tweedy while hawking. John's son, Malcolm, 3rd Lord Fleming, married Lady Janet Stewart, the daughter of King James IV, strengthening the family's royal connections. Malcolm was later killed at the Battle of Pinkie Claw in 1547, yet his son, James Fleming, 4th Lord Fleming, continued the family's tradition of royal service. James accompanied the young Mary, Queen of Scots, to France in 1548 and served as Great Chamberlain of Scotland until his untimely death by suspected poisoning in Paris. The Flemings were rewarded for their loyalty to the crown when John Fleming, 6th Lord Fleming, was created Earl of Wigtown in 1606. The family's estates, including Cumbernauld Castle, flourished during this time. Cumbernauld Castle had previously hosted Mary, Queen of Scots, and later served as a gathering place for the signing of the National Covenant in 1646. However, The castle and its occupants would face tragedy during the Jacobite Rising of 1745 when government troops burned it to the ground. The Flemings were staunch Jacobites and loyal supporters of the exiled Stuart kings. During the 1715 Rising, the 6th Earl of Wigtown was arrested in Edinburgh Castle for his involvement in the rebellion. His opposition to the Treaty of Union in 1707 further cemented the family's reputation for steadfast loyalty to Scotland's sovereignty. Unfortunately, with the death of Charles Fleming, 7th Earl of Wigtown, in 1747, the earldom became dormant and the family's direct influence on Scottish politics waned. Clan Fleming's castles were centres of power and history. Biggar Castle, the family's original seat, was replaced by Boghall Castle in the 14th century, a stronghold that hosted King Edward II during his 1310 campaign. Cumbernauld Castle, a significant symbol of the clan's power, was a place of royal visits and historic events until its destruction in the mid-18th century. While Clan Fleming's political and military influence has faded, its legacy endures in other ways. The most famous modern Fleming is Alexander Fleming, whose discovery of penicillin transformed medicine and saved countless lives. Another notable descendant is Ian Fleming, the creator of James Bond, whose literary works and adventurous life captivated the world. Today, Clan Fleming remains recognised as an official Scottish clan, though without a chief. Their motto, "Let the deed show," reflects their values of action and loyalty. Though they lack a specific tartan, their connection to the Murray of Atholl tartan serves as a visual reminder of their historical ties to Scotland's noble families. The story of Clan Fleming is one of resilience, loyalty, and adaptation. From their Flemish roots to their role in shaping Scotland's history, the Flemings exemplify the enduring spirit of Scotland's clans. Their castles may be ruins and their titles may be dormant, but their legacy is alive in the pages of history and the accomplishments of their descendants. Thank you for joining us today on A Clan a Day podcast. Be sure to tune in tomorrow for another fascinating chapter in Scotland's clan history. Until then, go nae ri and both are let. May your journey be successful.